I'm going to be alone forever, I repeated to myself as I left the attorney's office with a copy of the divorce papers in hand. How could he do this to me after all we'd been through? How could he leave me for another woman? As I finally made it home after what seemed like forever, I went into my bathroom and with tears in my eyes, I looked at myself and all my insecurities began to hit me at once. I began saying aloud, "It's because you've gotten fat and you haven't tried hard enough. It's because you've gotten old and boring. It's because you never had any energy and never wanted to do anything." And on and on, and I went until I just couldn't take it anymore, and I cracked. I began throwing things to the floor and breaking pictures on the wall, and for what seemed like hours, I expressed my hurt and pain and abandonment by being destructive. In the aftermath of all my rage, I woke up the next morning to my bathroom looking as if a crime scene had just taken place, and I looked down and noticed that my hand had been cut pretty severely. I don't know how I hadn't noticed this before. Maybe it was the bottle of wine that made me numb, or maybe my adrenaline, but either way, I made a call to get back in to see my doctor. When my doctor finally came into my waiting room and saw my hand in bandages, he smiled and lightheartedly asked, "Oh, crazy party last night, huh? What did I tell you about those?" And as much as I tried to laugh and hide the pain I was feeling, I couldn't, and I just began to weep. He left me, Dr. Andrews. He left me. And the doctor who I'd known since before my first child was born was holding me and patting me on my back and consoling me. "Tanya," he said, "I can't imagine what you must be going through and what you're feeling right now, but the best thing I think you can do for yourself right now is to make a change." Make a change? I asked in irritation. "With all due respect, Dr. Andrews, how is that going to help me feel better?" And for the next 2 hours, I began to pour out my heart and tell Dr. Andrews about all of my insecurities, and I didn't know it, but this was the beginning of my amazing, life-changing journey that led me to the discovery of a new fat-resistant hormone lying dormant in your body right now, unlocked by an ancient Indonesian 30-second morning ritual, which I'm about to reveal in this short video. Known only by the people of a tiny and secluded Indonesian village halfway across the world, you can quickly target this fat-resistant hormone and completely stop your body from storing excess fat, a truth hidden by the major weight loss and diet companies whose entire business relies on you never losing a single pound. And I know what you're thinking, but no, this discovery has nothing to do with ab crunches, fasting, counting calories, dieting, or even gastric bypass surgery. It has nothing to do with crazy workouts or extreme cardio routines like Insanity, CrossFit, or P90X. Instead, it's just this simple, ancient Indonesian 30-second morning ritual. Yeah, we've heard it all before, some of you might be saying to yourself. But what makes this 30-second morning ritual so unique and special is that I still get to eat all of my favorite foods like chocolate fudge, pepperoni pizza, strawberry cheesecake, and ice cream. In fact, to eat all of these foods is totally recommended. This 100% all-natural and safe 30-second ritual that completely transformed my life and gave me a lean, sexy, and stress-free body is something too important to keep to myself. And until now, that's been the issue. This simple ritual has been right in front of us the whole time and been kept from us by the people we put our trust in to help us. But those days are long gone, because in the next 5 minutes, I'm going to let you in on a little secret of why everything you thought you knew about belly fat and how to lose it is just flat out wrong. You're going to be absolutely disgusted when you hear the ex-vice president of a billion-dollar weight loss company expose the industry and reveal the biggest weight loss lies we've been told to believe by doctors and fitness gurus around the world. And the real reason why every diet or exercise plan you've tried may work for a bit, but will always fail. I will reveal to you the identity of the one deadly hormone, the real cause of your uncontrolled belly fat, and the scientifically and clinically proven 30-second morning ritual that you can do right now to tackle this body toxin, which will, while you're sleeping this very night, start burning off stubborn, ugly body fat and immediately start adding support for healthy joints, healthy arteries, and blood sugar levels. Plus, all the peer-reviewed studies and testimonials that prove how this works. The truth is, you and your doctor simply do not know about this simple, all-natural, and unique breakthrough. It's so effective that it's already worked for over 378 people, and this number is steadily rising every day. And in fact, this all began because I stumbled upon this same ritual myself, and a staggering 71 pounds of stubborn body fat, taking me from this to this. And now I can finally fit into those dresses I always dreamed of wearing and actually look good doing it. And just as I can promise the sun will come up tomorrow morning, so too can I promise this will work for you too. Whether you're a man or a woman, 21 or 81 years old, whether you're 20 pounds overweight or 120 pounds overweight, and have been that way for 12 weeks or 12 years, whether you've tried every single diet, exercise, or gym program out there, or simply are worried about future health complications that being overweight brings. Listen, I get it. It sounds so far-fetched and way too good to be true, and I don't expect you to believe what I'm telling you right now. You might be feeling skeptical, and that's okay. But if you're ready to learn the real reason why you haven't been able to lose that stubborn body fat, you've come to the right place. I promise. But listen, it's absolutely critical that you keep watching until the very end while you still have the chance, because I honestly don't know how much longer I'll be able to keep this presentation online. In the US alone, the weight loss industry is worth $80 billion. Yes, that's billion with a B, full of impossible diet plans, shakes, meal deliveries, gym memberships, extreme cardio sessions, and more. And the weight loss industry is panicking because if what I'm about to reveal to you reaches too many people, it could destroy their business model overnight. The very same cash cow that will never help you lose weight and keep it off, but keep you a customer for life. The last thing they want is for you to see what I'm about to share with you. This information could literally save your life, or the life of somebody you know or love. So listen up, because we don't have that much time. In this presentation, I'm going to offer you the opportunity to lose stubborn belly fat effortlessly, to never have to worry about deadly health complications caused by being overweight, to never have to worry about what others should think about your size. Instead, you can eat when you want absolutely all of your favorite foods guilt-free. You burn pounds of raw body fat like clockwork from your midsection, arms, waist, and face. You support your new healthy arteries, heart, joints, and bone strength, and melt deadly visceral fat around your organs. You slip into skin-tight, sexy clothing, the kind you could never have dreamed of before. You restore your energy, vitality, elasticity of your skin, and turbo boost your sex drive. And you feel younger, healthier, happier, and more energetic than you have in years, even decades. It's time to free yourself from the prison of belly fat once and for all. Does that sound good to you? So, close the door, get rid of distractions, get out a pad and something to write with, and make sure you stick with this video out until the very end, because I promise you, you will melt away pounds of stubborn fat with nothing more than my bizarre once-a-day 30-second ritual. Yes, it really is that easy. But before we get any further, I want to formally introduce myself. My name is Tanya Harris. I'm a 49-year-old single mother of two. I'm not a doctor or some fitness guru or dietitian. I am a special education teacher from Henderson, Nevada, and above all else, I am somebody just like you. And after my husband left me for a younger woman, I just sort of let myself go, and my health quickly deteriorated, which in turn left me in a very bad way, bad health, and in a terrible place mentally. Needless to say, I was at a very dark place in my life. I was overweight, recently diagnosed as pre-diabetic with high blood pressure and thyroid problems, and I was taking countless medications to help me cope. This story, my story, is one that's been very painful to tell and almost cost me my life, but has now helped thousands of women and men all over the world. This amazing 30-second ritual I discovered that I'm about to share with you within the next 4 minutes is not only one that I use to burn away 71 pounds of pure, disgusting body fat from my hips and thighs to my face, neck, and arms, but it's also helped support a healthy heart, arteries, and blood sugar levels, taking me from complete heartbreak and despair, struggling to get my life and my health under control, to a total body transformation, and going from an overweight, pre-diabetic with high blood pressure and thyroid problems to a healthy, confident, and one sexy mama. Now, back to that's not how real life works, and I ran into a big problem. Everything I tried wasn't working. I tried everything, and I mean everything, to lose weight and get slim. I tried everything my doctor and other dietitians recommended. I tried calorie cutting. I tried fasting. I tried smaller portions. I worked out every morning and evening. For breakfast, I ate oats, kale, and eggs. For dinner, chicken, broccoli, and rice. I practically lived off salads for the next year and a half. I tried every single exercise and diet plan you can think of. I even tried diet pills and diet teas. I tried keto, paleo. I literally tried everything that was recommended to me by my doctor and by every other diet fitness expert, but nothing was giving me any results. I began to lose hope because I had nowhere else to turn for answers, and out of desperation, I posted on an online diet and health forum explaining everything that I tried, from the diets to the exercises to the diet pills. And then I was just looking for something, anything that could help me get my weight under control, and at the same time praying that God would help me and answer my prayers. Well, a few days go by and I hear nothing back, and the reality sets in that I'm going to be fat, old, and tired for the rest of my life, when out of nowhere I get a message from somebody with the name Brian467. And the message he sends me says, "Call this number and turn off your computer immediately. Everything you know about losing weight is wrong." Well, I'm thinking to myself, just how incredibly weird that response was. And naturally, at this point, I'm very freaked out, and I'm thinking, what have I gotten myself into? And I turn off my computer and I go about my day thinking, this could be some creep or serial killer or something. Well, another day goes by and I don't think anything of it, but in the back of my mind, I remember the message from Brian and the number he gave me to call. So naturally, out of curiosity, I dial the number, and as the phone is ringing, I'm thinking to myself, I'm so desperate. What the heck am I even doing? This is totally irrational and insane, when all of a sudden, someone on the other line actually picks up the phone and immediately, without a hello or anything, asks if I'm the one who received a message from Brian467. And I say, yes, actually, I am. And they proceeded to tell me that everything I knew about losing weight in the diet industry was a fraud and a complete lie, and asked if I would meet them for coffee to explain more. And I said yes, not knowing what to think or who I was going to meet, but I had no other options. I had tried everything and nothing worked. So we arranged to meet for coffee on Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. Tuesday rolls around and I show up to the coffee shop. I'm sitting at my table, sipping on my coffee, very on edge, not knowing who I could possibly be meeting, when a man who looked as if he was in some kind of witness protection program, with a blue hat pulled all the way down his face and sunglasses on, sits down and asks me if I'm here to meet Brian467. Yes, I told him, shocked, and then we began to chat. He then asked me, what do you know about losing weight? What have you been told? I don't know, I replied. Oh, just the basic stuff, I guess. You know, like gaining weight has to do with your metabolism, and that weight has to do with cutting calories and carbohydrates, that gaining weight is genetics, and that gaining weight is part of the aging process, and just stuff like that. I began to see Brian nodding his head with an awkward grin on his face. Exactly, he said. That's what they want you to believe. See, my name isn't Brian, and I'm not some online vigilante. I'm actually the ex-vice president of a major weight loss company. You know, the kind that ships you those healthy meals, shakes, and meal plans every month. And the reason I'm even sharing with you all this is because I began to truly see the way the things were being done at my company, and my eyes were open, and I couldn't take it any longer. I began to speak out about the injustice that I was seeing, and I quickly became a problem and was fired. They told me that I better keep my mouth shut, and if I ever spoke out against them, that they would sue me and take everything that I own. So this is why I operate on underground online forums, trying to spread the word as much as possible anonymously, is because I have to, and I'm putting myself in danger right now, even speaking with you. In fact, you must keep what I'm telling you right now to yourself, and you have to swear not to tell anybody, not even your closest friends or family. You have my word, I told him. He nodded and continued, despite what you've been told by the mainstream weight loss industry and TV doctors, he said, the real cause of your increasing belly and body fat has nothing to do with how much you diet, starve yourself, or deprive yourself of your favorite foods. How much grueling exercise you do, how much sugar or carbohydrates you eat, your thyroid hormones or metabolism, or even genetics or the aging process. And it was because, in his own words, the whole industry was a giant and deliberate fraud, which makes billions every year, not by hoping you lose weight, but by actively making you fatter. You see, he said, the moment you feel your belly get a little squishy and your hips getting a bit wobblier, you're encouraged to stop eating so much food, stop eating carbohydrates, and restrict your calories. Sound familiar, right? But the big problem here is that from this moment on, your waist size and health is destined to only get worse, not better. After all, when was the last time you went on a diet and perhaps lost some weight and the weight stayed off forever? It's never happened, right? And then you end up blaming yourself for feeling defeated, and here's where they get you. They want you to believe that it's your fault, that you're broken, and that you need them to lose weight, that you need what they have to offer, and that they are the only solution to your problem. It is not a life sentence. You see, as Brian was speaking, I kept wondering if dieting and exercise had done nothing and never would do anything to help my overweight body, then what could? If the top two things that doctors and the entire weight loss industry had told us would help did nothing for my belly fat or tackle its root cause, then what would? Together, I would notice they would eat their plate of food, but then never eat again for the rest of the day and not even be tempted. No second portions, no desserts, no snacks, even with the delicious plates of cakes, fried food, and candy bars they had prepared and available for us. Back home, this would have been the total opposite. We love our food and we keep eating and eating even after dinner.